I wonder.
Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeChara, CPA extraordinaire and obvious Yankee fan, coming to you live with Tim Gillette from downtown Bethpage, Long Island, New York. Actually, Tim, where are you? You're in Texas somewhere.
I'm in the very outskirts of the city of Dallas, Texas. The team. The city that beat apparently that northeastern football team last night or something.
Yeah, I don't know who they
I
are,
don't know
but
anything about football, but I heard like the
the only
team
thing I
here
know
beat the
about
team up there.
Dallas, the
Huh?
only thing I know about Dallas is I had to cancel a flight. And listen to this. I got a $200 credit, $260 credit, but it'll cost me $400 to use the credit.
You don't
Don't
fly Southwest Airlines, do you?
I do, but anyway, that's another story. So if you don't know Tim Gillette, he's the mastermind behind the simple, easy marketing.
And of
Uh,
course, now I've got a clip that says, I'm the guy who, was the mastermind behind the mastermind who created Guns N' Roses.
you are.
Apparently, yeah, I've got a clip of video that says that.
I was with you when you stole my idea.
He got on
So
my show and he said, everything I do is because of Tim Gillette. And I'm like, dude, I'm using that.
yeah. So anyway, let's see if we could entertain these people with some good wisdom from you. I've known you a long time, since like 1927, the year after I met Craig.
I thought it was 64, but anyway, yeah.
The
27,
60s,
64.
I don't really remember the 60s too much, but uh, where
My
was
parents had a good time in the 60s, apparently.
all right, yeah. So anyway, don't take me down any rabbit holes. I want to keep this to like less than 3 hours, if that's possible.
3 hours. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody, a Facebook user, okay, and I didn't realize you can do this with StreamYard. You probably know.
Yeah.
Some Facebook user said air supply also, so that must be somebody that knows Craig.
It's got to be.
But anyway, reveal yourself. We don't see who you are. This way we could hold you accountable. And so, Tim, what I said, because I just think off the cuff when I write up what I'm going to talk about. And I was just like, hey, Jim, it's Jim Cassidy. Okay,
Oh man, we're in trouble. Jim Cassidy's here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he might be the only one listening, but maybe we could.
Jim Cassidy's got friends in low places if he's hanging out with you and me.
Yeah. But anyway, the thing that comes to mind is that you're always consistent. You're always like going with the flow. You have no problem changing your brand if the if the situation,
the shoe don't fit, I don't wear it no more. Yeah, so yeah, basically I got that.
I think most of us do that because we evolve and we wind up, we're like, I didn't really want to do what I thought I wanted to do, right?
Yeah. Well, the older I get, Joe, the more I don't want to do stuff. I'm just being honest. All right. There's just stuff that there's headaches that I put up with 10 years ago. I don't want to put up with them anymore. You know what I mean? That's business. You know what I mean? You build the right team and you go, okay, I don't want to do job A. I'll pay somebody to do job A from now on. I want to go do job B from now on.
Yeah, that's one thing. But also, I thought you were going to say, what I do all the time is when people annoy me, I'm like, I don't want to deal with them anymore. I'm getting too old, Tim.
Yeah.
And it's not good for business. I just went through this with my team, that you don't want negative energy, right? From any direction. But so let's talk about you and how you went from not being Tom Petty to having short hair and being kind of a like nerdy looking, to be honest with you.
I know I am kind of nerdy looking now. I'm really, I didn't fluff my hair.
I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even fluff my hair up or anything today because I was so busy working on things, and it's just been a busy day.
I didn't do my hair either. That's why I'm wearing my hat.
So yeah. I
So
almost was going to get a hat today to wear, but anyway.
let's go back to how you met Craig. I think you called him, or he could, because I think he stole your name, or you stole his name.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was the rock star guy, and I wanted to be the rock star guy. That's a problem when you get out in the industry and you start looking for your brand, and you find somebody else who has it in a unique way, and you kind of got to look at it and go, okay, they got that brand, so if I try to take that brand from them, is it going to work out? And in this case here, all right, I wanted to use the name Rockstar, and really now that I look at it, 10 years later, I wished I would have done nothing with Rockstar, because that idea of that has gotten so overused in the online marketing
Oh
space.
yeah.
Be a rock star. This guy's a rock star. And I get it. All right. It was a cool term to say, but it's so
Yeah.
overused now that I don't want to say it anymore.
Over,
It's like everybody's trying to make rock stars. And like,
remember Party Like a Rock Star?
yeah,
They're all sober now.
yeah,
The ones that lived.
this is true. So
Yeah, you're right. Rockstar is like, I mean, I still like being called a rock star. I like
yeah,
being part of Craig's group, but no, as a band, as a brand, even Craig. Well, Craig changed it for a different reason, but
I kind of like Craig's brand because it
yeah,
takes that idea of rock star and like it incorporates now into, kind of like we did with the blogging years ago, rocking your life. All right, what's it take to make your whole thing rock? You know what I mean? And
so
it doesn't necessarily have to say rock star. And it is. It's a great brand switch on Craig's part. And you know what I mean? Some of the things that Craig does now, I talk to him a lot of stuff he's doing. He'll chat with me and I chat with him, you know what I mean, about our stuff. But that's what masterminds are for, you know what I mean, to chat with it. Because when I entered Craig's mastermind, I thought I was going to be the rocker life coach, and that
I
sounded
remember.
cool. I had the domain name and everything, but it wasn't. There wasn't a simple direct monetization strategy with the brand, and that is so often when we get into this idea of just okay, it sounds cool to say rock star, but great. How do you direct that from stranger meets you into helping them into they want to buy from you or get a service that you offer? Because
Right.
that's where the disconnect has come in the name Rockstar.
I was in the same place. I came to Craig's. I wanted to be a business success coach,
Yeah.
only to find out that I
There's a
just
million business success coaches out there.
yeah, I was like, we don't need another bit. And plus, I'm not even all that successful yet. I'm not as successful as, the way I want to be that, I want to talk about like millions of dollars and, yachts. And so, I might not ever get there. So I said, you know what? Where do I make money? I make money in accounting, right? Because in the end, you could, but I like it. I found out that I love it, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I didn't like coaching. I still don't like one-on-one coaching that much.
Oh, truthfully, I hate it. I love fixing. I don't like coaching. I love fixing.
Right.
And
And
so
people,
often I get into coaching exercise. All right. And it's so hard for me to go, the coaching is trying to get, trying to pull the success out of you. Right. I don't want to pull success out of you. First, I want to come up to you and go, bam, you're doing it wrong. This is how you do it. And then I want to ask you, so how are you going to do it? And that's the problem with coaching is
some people could take that. I could take it. I got Larry Broughton as a coach. But I expected it. It was like, because I know that I needed it. I needed direction, and you got me doing the 75 hard freaking thing now. But
that's
thank
like
you,
some
Larry.
health thing or something, isn't it?
It's really discipline training. And it does, yeah, you get healthy because you got to eat good, you got to exercise, stuff I should have been doing anyway.
Yeah.
But Tim, I want to get back to you because I remember, and this is why I said you're always consistent, and this is one of the keys to success, because you're gonna fail. It doesn't mean you're a failure. Larry always said you're gonna fail. And what he was saying was, your brand might not work out. This might not work out, but the only ones that are failures are the ones that quit.
Mm-hmm.
You started with the blogging thing, like years and years ago, right?
Yeah.
And now it's like you've turned it into like, what do you call a video con, or it's a whole like,
Well, we call it blog and video con because it's the idea of putting content everywhere. It's not just, you know what I mean? When I had a blog, it was great. I had a blog. Just kept getting people to go to the blog. Well, then, blog is now part of your website, and it's great to have a blog on your website. You should, right? And I still do, still have a blog on my website. But how else are you attracting clients in? I mean, when I got started in 2010, everybody was saying, "Well, you don't need a website. Just do everything on social media, man. You don't need to come on Facebook and Twitter. That's all you need anymore. You don't need a website anymore." And I was like, "Nah, I don't think so. I think you need to kind of do some things to reel people in." And I still to this day believe, your social media channels are a marketing place, an engagement place, a place you build relationships. Your website is the sales place. So it's like you got to start with the relationships on social and get them over to the website. And still, when you're there, you got to feed them, because if you're not giving them blogs, information about you, I even looked up something on Robert Kiyosaki's website today on richdad.com.
I've been talking about him.
Yeah. And it's like the first thing I do is I looked through his blog articles. I wasn't going there with the idea, well, I'm planning out, how can I say blog today? No, I was going there and I was like, well, wait a minute, what's he blogging about? So I click it.
That's a great idea.
Article.
I do that with YouTube. I went to his YouTube videos instead but I have a blog too, but you took the blog to another level because you started doing something that not many people were doing or even knew that they can do. You were adding video to your blogs, right?
Yeah. So basically, now I took the YouTube video back. One of the reasons I got started was live video, and it was a stumbling fact because I did some YouTube videos, and you can go to my old YouTube channel and find some of them between 2010 and 2015. And some of those videos were just, me randomly trying to pull stuff off, but it didn't work. I couldn't get traction with it. And then all of a sudden, live video took place in 2014 and 15. And the second I jumped on live video, I jumped on by myself first, and I wasn't getting any traction. But I jumped on video and started engaging with other people on video and had a conversation on live video.
So how do you do that? How did you do that? Don't.
There was a website called blab.im back then.
Okay, I remember.
Yeah. And it was it was the coolest in engagement because you could grab a conversation, and I literally, the first conversation I had on there was a blab session, a video session that Michael Hyatt was running. And at the time I was doing a radio show on one of Craig's networks that he had. And it was an internet radio show that was, you record it live, but you do it into a podcast later. And I wanted Michael Hyatt to be one of my guests. I was always seeking high-end people. And everything I tried to do was everything I could to reach out to these people to get them to write back to me. And I jump on Blab, and within 10 minutes, here's a thing where Michael Hyatt is doing, and he's taking questions on whatever program he was running. So I quick Google the program while I'm watching and look at it, and I come up with a question to ask, and then I ask to be put on screen to ask my question. So I get on, I ask my question about his program, and then I said, hey, Michael, can I do a follow-up question with you real quick? And he goes, sure, Tim, go ahead. And I said, I've been trying to reach out to you to get you on my podcast. Would you be interested? And he said, reach out to me privately. We'll talk later. I said, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Right. And I let it go. He still has never been on my podcast. But at the time, I'm like, well, let me get on live video and try it. So the following week, I'm on this, and, like my wife now, she's still till this day, she travels a lot. So nights, I'm bored some nights and don't know what to do. So I jumped on and went around looking at what people are doing and started jumping on conversations with people. And I'm like, let me try this platform out for 30 days. And within 30 days, I had 2,000 people following me. Wow. I was on 100 and some broadcasts of other people. And I found out people really wanted to hear my story. And I don't know how or why or what they find pretty about this, but like, hey, they were into it. So
it's amazing, right? When you find the platform to put it out there, and people follow you and you don't even know. You're like,
yeah.
So that was Blab, right?
Yeah.
So what happened? Blab isn't around anymore, is it?
Blab kind of closed its doors in June, July, August of 2016. Like they weren't even open a year, I don't think.
Yeah, they couldn't make money
Yeah.
probably. That's the
Well,
problem.
they were running. It was a free program, and it was a company. Yeah.
So
I mean,
did
I
you
know the whole
lose
story
all
backstory. It's a
did you,
long story. It was a company that was trying this as an experiment, but then they went on to do something
yeah,
else.
and that's why sometimes, this is a good example because sometimes you got to be careful of, putting all your eggs in one of those social media baskets.
Yeah.
Uh, I've heard horror stories of people. I'm not going to name the platform because they might ban me.
Yeah.
But you know, this one guy was making a lot of money selling something online, and they changed their algorithm,
Mhm.
and he went from millions to zero, like overnight.
Wow.
And you don't, you need an infrastructure anyway. So my question is this: did you lose all those followers?
Yeah. They're gone.
Wow.
But the cool thing about it is I added over 1,000 of them to my actual email list. So some of
Oh,
them
you
came
did?
over.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Some of
another
them
one.
came over, but the ones that didn't, I lost. They're gone. But I see them on other social platforms. Until this day, I mean, I go on other video platforms and I see people on there like, "Oh, Tim, yeah, from Blab, I remember you."
Oh,
And
cool.
immediately, all I try to do is get people off. That's where I really started really getting serious about getting people off whatever platform we met and getting them over to go and at least put their name and email address into a database for me, so I have a way to reach out to them. So when I do move, I can tell them where I'm moving to.
You own the email list.
Yes.
It's not, like some of these platforms. I mean, it's they own it. You
Mhm.
don't own it. So yeah, you got to connect and then you got to unconnect them.
Mhm. Mhm.
You got to disconnect them.
Yeah.
Uh, so you went from Blab. We're at like 20 minutes, so let's try to get your whole story. And well, I'll have you on again because you got a lot more
Sure.
to talk about.
Yeah.
Uh, so you went from Blab, and then where'd you go from there?
Well, everybody who was on Blab, when Blab broke down, they kind of went and splintered in different areas because the live streaming, it was called live stream video, and it kind of went different ways with different apps and different things out there. Um, I tried many of them and didn't find any one of them that I found satisfying enough. I jumped on Zoom immediately so that I could at least engage with people in conversations and then record it and put it out. But the ones I've tried that were out there, I want to think it was like one was like Huzzah or something like that. There was a like something like Talk Tribe or something. I
You
can't
know
remember
what's
the name
funny?
of it.
You're talking about this, and we're talking about Blab, and it seems like 50 years ago.
Yeah,
We take it for granted. It's like
6 years ago.
we got like we could do webinars with 500 people in them and stream live, on all these different platforms. It's
Yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah.
So, and here's the thing. You took an idea, so you finally learned how to monetize
Hmm.
everything.
What
So,
it is you've got to build again. It's a business plan. If you're not doing this for business, why are you doing it? Right? You've got to have a business
so
plan.
it's not just okay. So I get it. Doing it by video in a blog or vlog, whatever you want to call it, that's just like your style, right? I
Yeah.
like doing live interviews and live presentations. That's
Mhm.
my platform. Then I put it on YouTube. Uh, yeah, and I get clients from it. So that you found your niche, I
Mhm.
guess, your
Yeah.
marketing niche, right?
Yeah.
So now you could focus on that, which is huge.
Mhm. Yeah, once you know what you're doing and then you're on these platforms, it's you know what I mean? It makes building your system out a lot easier as
Well,
opposed to
how
so many
many
people jump on
podcasts
there and
do
like,
you
I'm
have?
gonna create a show and no clue where they're gonna take it. Yeah.
So this is how, and I see it. I see you growing. I don't know if you realize it, but the other day you were like, "Oh, I'm starting another podcast. This is like number 3 or number 4."
Yeah, I am.
So it's easy for you because you already have the equipment. You already know how to do it. You already have the marketing channels.
Mhm.
So it's like I was like, man, good for you.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
starting
still
another one
working
with a
on.
lady named Gladys. It's in a mutual mastermind you and I are in, and we both are into tasting alcohol. So we like
Oh, I
whiskeys and
heard about
bourbons. Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Is
I like to come in at like the end after. Oh, so people are gonna be sipping the alcohol from home.
Well, the idea behind it is the two of us are going to take every week is we're going to take an alcohol. Like one week we can do tequilas, one week we can do bourbons, and we
Oh,
pick like
cool.
3 or 4 bourbons we taste and we pair food with it so that to help you understand taste and make you plan on, you know what I mean? Because we love tasting alcohol. So we're helping it so you can plan your party for the
Wait,
weekend
you mean
based off of it.
you can eat food with alcohol?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. I didn't spend
Amazing.
as much time in the frat house as you did.
So, all right. So you figured out what do you call that? Like a funnel? Like you do your how often do you do your vlogs?
I do a video show with an interview 3 days a week, and it's
Okay.
two. I do Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays where I record with a guest, and then I do Fridays. I do a noon with a show with another lady and another friend of ours, my web girl, um, Katrina, and I do a show on business, and it's like the business G spot where we pick out 5 interesting news stories of the week and we
Oh,
talk
cool.
about it, make fun of it. She talks the serious side of it. I kind of make fun of it. And both of us, it's all about online marketing. Then we both have a business tip that relates to our business, and that's one show I do. And then the alcohol one, we're starting that November. Where basically on Monday nights we will actually do a tasting on Monday night, and both of us will actually have all the alcohol that we're gonna, you know, what I mean, we'll have the same thing, and we're both tasting the same thing, like 3 or 4 different ones, and that's built around the fact that we just want to do it for fun, and we may build an audience on it, we may not, we don't know. We're
So,
gonna try it.
yeah, so now this is what happens with things like this. You're doing it for fun, but you can definitely capture some leads while you're having fun. How do you do that? That's what I want to leave people with. How do you do all this stuff? I know you have a ball. I see you in all these different groups and meetings. Uh,
Well, one of the things I do is again, it's having a system to understand what you're going to do with it, and that's where we've got an email list. You know, everything I do is getting subscribers to my list. Even this, I'm on here because I want people to go to my website
okay,
to either
what's
subscribe to
your,
my newsletter or attend my virtual events. So
okay, here's your chance. Can you put it in the comments?
I can
Put your
see if I can
website.
actually go over and type in there while I'm on here. So
I can't. Yeah, I tried it. It's like it's a mental block or something. It's like when those baseball players can't throw the baseball anymore. It's like I just can't respond to comments.
yeah.
Actually, I'm afraid I'm going to misspell your website. So, Tim Gillette, where'd you come up with that? That's
I got it off the guy who had it before me.
okay. I don't want to tell you who has joedichara.com.
Is it probably some guy named Sam?
No, no, don't. Yeah, now everybody's going to go to joedichara.com. It's not me. I'm not responsible. But anyway, Tim, this has been great. Any parting words of wisdom?
You know, guys, it's great to get on one of these events and tell your story. All right. But until you go out and do it, no one's ever going to invite you on their show if you're not doing it yourself. Start something. Get on and do a live stream show, or, do a video, or start writing a blog. Do something. Because if you're not going to get started out there, you're never going to be successful.
Yeah, that's great advice, Tim. My advice is be ready to make a fool out of yourself.
I can do that.
Ready to go on video, forget everything you're going to say, you know, just accept it and do it, right? Just do it. Once it's over, you'll say, that was terrible. I don't ever want to do that again. But people like us, right? You've seen me on stage, like, oh my God. But one thing I wanted to say about all those videos, because we have a friend that did like 16 videos and didn't like them and destroyed them all and didn't realize that he could have turned them into a podcast.
Yeah.
You have, and I like this because I got a lot of videos now. I only started like, I didn't start when I started like a year and a half ago.
Mhm.
But what's amazing is I can go back to those videos and I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking?
Mhm.
And then I see now, and like I actually have a real background. I have my licenses up there. Before I had the Verrazano Bridge
Why would anybody put the Verrazano Bridge in their background?
because it was better than what I had at the time. And
Oh.
I didn't know. I was experimenting, you
Could have
know.
been worse. You could have put the George Washington Bridge in your background.
I did, yeah, the New York City skyline. I thought it was gonna look like, Jay Leno with Johnny Carson with the New
Yeah.
York City skyline, and David Letterman.
I've spent many years
Anyway,
up there. I know what all those bridges look like, and they're not pretty by up close.
yeah, they're not as pretty as on the pictures, but do you do that? You ever go back? You should.
Yeah, I do all the time. I go back, and actually, I go back on average in about every 2 years and redo videos in my programs even,
Oh,
that if
yeah.
I'm on the video, I go into the program and I edit my notes and I just re-record it because all my videos inside my programs are like 10 to 15 minutes long. So it's easy to re-record 1 or 2 10, 15-minute videos at a time here and there.
So now can they get you the videos are, on timgillette.com, right?
So if they go to simpleeasyevents.com and they get my VIP package, you actually can get my Kickstart Your Blog program. You can actually get access to my Simple Easy Success program and come see my virtual events I do every month. But you got
Yeah,
to get the VIP package. Don't get that.
and
Don't, you know what I mean? It's a cheap package, but get the VIP, man.
it's simple. What is it, 20 bucks?
Well, the basic is $20, so you can attend and try it out. But the VIP is $97. For $97, you get access to a couple more programs of mine, as well as lifetime access to all my videos.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get a ticket to one of my events. So it's a
Okay.
bonus.
I do your taxes, right?
I think you do.
Okay. We'll have to talk about that extra bonus. All right,
Yeah.
Tim. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. That's our story. We're sticking with it.
All right,
God
man.
bless everyone and have a happy night. I will be back again soon. Thank you.